It's the first quarter of the year. What are the things you are supposed to be doing this quarter with your financial planning and your playbook? Financial planning and organizing your playbook can be a big job, especially the first time around. But even after you've got the basics done, for your work to be relevant, you need to maintain it. Let's face it, life changes and so does your financial picture. So in this video, I'm going to cover the 4 things you need to address in your playbook during the first quarter of the year. But before we dive in, let's review the complete list of things covered during the year, and then we'll talk about the details. Remember, there are 8 sections in your financial playbook: goals and objectives, financial statements, estate and legal documents, insurance, taxes, performance reporting, Social Security and pensions, and finally that miscellaneous section. If this is the first time you've been introduced to the playbook process, you can learn more about it by visiting our website, or better, buy the book on Amazon. See the links below. Okay, let's talk about Q1. The first thing we're going to deal with in Q1 is goals. Many of us have already had our New Year's resolutions anyway, and we've hopefully had time to reflect over the holidays on what's really important. So this is the best time of year to visit and update our financial goals and objectives. Now, how you articulate those goals can be done several different ways. If you're looking for suggestions, visit the playbook section on our website, visit the book, or give us a call. The important thing is for us to tackle goals early on in Q1. I like to reflect on the saying that if it ain't writ, it ain't, to remind myself that getting our goals down on paper takes us halfway to success. The second thing we're going to deal with in Q1 is a biggie: financial statements. There are 2 types of financial statements. First, those that come from companies we do business with, like IRA accounts, 401ks, mortgage statements, so on and so forth. And second, those that we update ourselves, the ones we create, our net worth statement, our cash flow statements. When it comes to the former, the company generated statements, this is the perfect time of year to collect all the statements that are coming in the mail and replace the old ones in our playbook. Remember, you don't need to save every statement. Statements within a year are more than adequate to provide the information you need or someone else will need. So it's at the beginning of the year we save all of our statements, because only having to do it once a year means we don't have to save statements for the rest of the year. And if you're brave, and knowledge will make you brave, you shred the old statements once you've replaced them. Okay, the latter, the ones we update ourselves, our net worth statement, our cash flow statement. Since you now have collected all the company generated financial statements, it's easy to update your own financial statements. You might find that it's just as easy to log into various sites and update these personal financial statements in one sitting, or maybe you've met with us recently and you've got updated financial statements from us. Check with us, we might have a copy for you. Regardless, as long as it gets done, that is the important part of the equation. If you update your net worth statement once a year, why do you need to keep your old company generated statements? Your net worth statement will be on one page. It's a summary of all of the values and all of your various assets and liabilities. That's a lot easier to hang on to than potentially dozens of multi-page statements. So shred those old statements if you're brave. Just hang on to each year's net worth statement. The same thing for your cash flow statement. Updating it once a year is probably good enough. While the cash flow statement can often be thought of as a budget, and most of us don't like budgets, it's also an outline of what's going on in your financial cash flow for the people who must pick up when you leave off, not where you leave off, but when. Having a cash flow statement that's accurate is going to not only point out any problems or opportunities you might have, but also be a very useful tool for someone taking over for you. The third thing we're working on in Q1 is taxes. Yeah, that's happening this quarter. This is the time of year we get all those 1099s, W-2s, and other tax documents in the mail or email. These are most likely going to be very important to filing your taxes, so pay special attention to what's coming in the mail, and I know you already do, and store them in the appropriate spot in your playbook. If you have a tax preparer file a return for you, you'll likely be filling out an annual questionnaire for them, and of course you'll have a lot of that information at your fingertips because you've been storing stuff in the right place all year long in your playbook. Finally, 4th thing, and this particular thing is a maintenance issue all year around but doesn't take much time. It's insurance. Insurance companies, unlike other types of financial institutions, tend to send out policy information on renewal dates or anniversary dates rather than monthly, quarterly, or annually. So we just make an exception to that rule of only replacing statements at the beginning of the year, and we update our insurance statements as they come in. By the way, Here is a simple diagram showing what topics you might address during each quarter, and this document is available on our website in the Playbook section. Our goal with the Playbook is to 1, reduce clutter so we have a process and system to dot the I's and cross the T's and focus on what's really important. 2, make all the important pieces of information accessible so we can make great holistic decisions by seeing the big picture and having all of the details at our fingertips. And 3, have everything organized so when someone else needs to take over, they don't struggle keeping things running, or ultimately they have an easy time distributing our estate. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's encouraged you to visit your Playbook. I'll soon release more detail on what to do in each of the other quarters, so don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to be alerted to those videos if you haven't already. And as always, feel free to hit the like button and comment below, and you can always send me an email. I'd love to hear from you.